What if a simple 10-minute routine after your next meal could make that heavy stomach feeling disappear? Sounds bold, I know, but here is the twist that most people miss. Slow digestion isn't one thing, it's a few distinct patterns that feel similar on the surface. Once you find your pattern, the fix stops being guesswork. In the next 20 minutes, I am going to help you identify yours and give you a plan you can start tonight. I am Bimal from Gutsphere. I have lived through gut issues for years, and I combine multiple disciplines across gastroenterology, nutrition, physiotherapy, and mind-body care to turn science into simple routines. Today, you will live with a universal 10-minute after-meal routine, a personalized tweak based on your pattern, a quick medication check to discuss with your clinician, and a 7-day experiment to prove what works for you. This video is educational, it's not medical advice. Let's reframe the problem first. When people say, my digestion is slow, they are usually describing one of 5 things. If creamy fried foods make you nauseous or overly full, your pattern is often fat sensitive. If onions, garlic, beans, or fizzy drinks bring belching or upper bloat, that's fermentation sensitive. If you rush meals, tense up when stressed, or basically forget to breathe and chew, that's a stress or vagal tone issue. If you get burning or regurgitation after a meal, you are reflux-tending. And if you feel a meal hangover the next morning with sluggish bowels, that's low motility. Different patterns, different levers. We will sort yours in 60 seconds, and then I will show you how to tweak the routine so it fits like a globe. Grab a pen or just count on your fingers. I'll ask a few quick questions. Answer mostly yes or mostly no, and tally your strongest column in your head. Ready? Fat sensitive. Do richer foods, creamy sauces, fried meals, very fatty meats leave you heavy or queasy? Do you sometimes notice pale, hard to flush stools? Fermentation sensitive. Do onion, garlic, beans, or carbonated drinks bring belching or upper bloat 30 to 90 minutes after you eat? Third, stress and vagal. Do you eat fast, chew fewer than 10 times per bite, or feel tight across your chest, neck, or diaphragm when anxious and then lose your appetite? Fourth, reflux-tending. Do you feel burning in your chest or throat after meals? Worse when you lie flat? Does peppermint tea oddly make things worse? 5. Slow motility. Do you have infrequent or hard stools? Feel unnaturally full the morning after dinner and get relieved after a gentle walk or warm fluids? Circle your 1 or top 2 if they are close. That's the lane you will test first this week. And let's talk about why slow happens. Picture your stomach like a smart highway with 2 gates in the stomach. The top gate keeps acid from splashing up, and the bottom gate, the pyrolus, meters food into the small intestine. When things feel heavy for hours, it's usually because traffic at one of the gates is jammed, or the downstream lanes are signaling the stomach to hit the brakes. Fatty meals are a classic example. The moment fat reaches the intestine, your body releases hormones. Think of Chloe, cytokinin, GLP-1 and PYY as little slowdown flags. They ask the gallbladder to squeeze bile, the pancreas to send enzymes, and stomach to empty more slowly, so digestion can keep up. That's protective. But if you are sensitive to fats or bile flow is sluggish, that breaking feels like nausea and prolonged fullness. Fermentation is a different jam. Certain carbs, onions, garlic, beans, some sweeteners feed microbes fast. They produce gas quickly. Pressure rises in the upper abdomen, and the stomach literally resists pushing more content forward. It's like a bottleneck ahead. Even if your stomach wants to move, downstream pressure says hold. Stress flips the nervous system. Your vagus nerve is body's rest and digest wire. When you are tensed, rushing, or bracing your belly, sympathetic fight or flight wins. Blood flow prioritizes muscles, not digestion. The stomach and small intestine slow their waves. The diaphragm locks up, and you get the sensation of food just sitting there. 10 calm minutes can matter more than 10 supplements when the tone is the bottleneck. Reflux is physics. If pressure in the belly is high, tight bells, big late meals, carbonated drinks, or the valve at the top relaxes at the wrong time, content moves the wrong way. I've created a separate video here. Please watch it. Your body learns quickly. Upward flow means danger, so the stomach empties more cautiously and you feel heavier. Reduce the pressure gradient and slow often improves. Also, slow motility is rhythm. Between meals, your gut runs on a cleaning program, the migrating motor complex, that sweeps leftovers forward. Irregular sleep, low movement, dehydration, and big evening meals can blunt that rhythm. Stools dry out, the colon moves less, and feedback to the stomach says, again, not so fast. Gentle movement, warm fluids, and consistent timing restores the drumbeat. Now layer in medications. Some drugs literally press the brakes. Opioids bind receptors in the gut and reduce those propulsive waves. Anticholinergic drugs dampen the go signal that normally keeps things moving. Calcium channel blockers relax smooth muscles. Iron and calcium supplements make stools firmer and hard to pass. Anti-nausea medicines like ondansetron can slow transit. GLP-1 meds delay stomach emptying as part of how they work. None of this means you should stop anything. Don't. But it explains why the timing of symptoms can track perfectly with a new prescription. And that's a conversation with your prescriber about those timing or supportive strategies. There are a few quieter players too. Thyroid and blood sugar control set your metabolic idle. When thyroid is low or long-term high blood sugar irritates the vagus nerve, motility slows. Circadian rhythm matters. Late night, late meals, and jet lag desynchronize the gut clock from the brain clock and emptying drifts. Posture and pelvic floor matter. If you are hunched to eat or bracing to poop, you are asking a pressure system to work against itself. Put it together, and slow isn't mysterious. It's levers, hormones that apply brakes after certain foods, microbes that make pressure fast, nerves that change speed with your state, valves and posture that set the pressure gradient, rhythms that need regular cues, and medication that modulate the whole system. The good news is the same levers are trainable. Sequence your meals so the gut isn't overwhelmed. Use light movement and breathing to flip on digest. Keep evening portions familiar. Hydrate between meals. And if meds are in the mix, work with your clinicians on smart adjustments. Small, consistent changes retime the lights, traffic starts flowing, and that heavy feeling fades. Before we personalize, I want to give you a universal low-effort routine you can use after any main meal. 3 steps. First, light movement for 5 to 7 minutes. Not a workout, just a short, slow walk or standing chores. This nudge helps the stomach empty and keep things moving downstream without sloshing. Second, 2 minutes of diaphragm breathing. In through the nose for 4 seconds and out for 6 or 8. One hand on your chest, another on your belly, and belly moves more. This shift towards rest and digest and lowers pressure up top. Third, 1 to 2 minutes of warm sips. Warm water, ginger, or fennel tea. Tiny sips, not gulps. If reflux is your pattern, skip peppermint because it can relax the valve at the top of the stomach. That's it. Movement, breathe in, warm sips. 10 minutes in total. If you do nothing else from this video, Try that tonight. Now let's tailor it. If you scored high on the fat sensitive, your goal is to support bile flow and avoid fat overload at once. A simple tweak: before your main meal, take 3 or 4 bites of bitter greens, arugula, radicchio, or dress a small starter salad with lemon. During the meal, add fats last and distribute richer foods across the day instead of one heavy hit. Keep your 7-minute walk after eating. Ginger with your meal often helps. If rich foods reliably bring queasiness, especially with discomfort under the right ribcage or pain radiating to the back, that's your cue to talk with your clinician about gallbladder or pancreatic causes. Do not ignore a consistent pattern there. If fermentation-sensitive was your top score, your goal is to reduce rapid gas buildup and space out fermentable carbs. Order matters. Start your plate with lower FODMAP vegetables and protein, then add starches. It's a small sequencing change that many viewers find surprisingly effective. Swap sparkling water for still water at meals. Go lighter on large raw salads at dinner. Lightly cooked vegetables are often better tolerated. With onion and garlic, try reducing the portion or switching to an infused oil for flavor without the fiber that feeds gas-producing microbes. After eating, ginger, fennel, or cumin tea can help. A simple 2-night experiment makes this obvious. Tonight, cut onion and garlic portions in half and not belching within 90 minutes. Tomorrow, return to your usual amounts. Keep the night that felt better. If stress or vagal tone is your main issue, your goal is to turn on the parasympathetic digest program before the first bite. Build a tiny pre-bite ritual. 5 slow breaths. Notice the aroma. Aim for 20 to 30 chews per bite for the first minute of the meal. If you sit down wired, try a 5-minute easy walk before eating to downshift your nervous system. After the meal, 1 minute of gentle humming, yes, humming, is a quick way to stimulate vagal pathways. Posture matters more than we think. Long spine, relaxed shoulders, belly that isn't braced. 10 calm minutes can outperform 10 supplements if real bottleneck is nervous system tone. If you are reflux-tending, your aim is to lower the pressure pushing upward and avoid the opening the valve, the lower esophageal sphincter. Stay upright after meals and skip bending or tight bells for an hour. Sip with meals and do more of your hydration between meals. Peppermint is great for some gut issues, but here it can relax that valve and make burning worse. So skip it if reflux is your pattern. And also earlier dinners help. So does sleeping on your left side or using a wedge incline under your upper body. Food order helps here too. Vegetable first, then protein, and then starch. And keep late night meals smaller and less fatty. Pair all of that with the universal routine and you have stacked the odds in your favor. If slow motility is your lane, your job is to re-establish rhythm and gently soften stool. Think morning anchor. Warm water on waking, 5 to 10 minutes of easy movement, and a consistent time for your first meal. Start with kiwi or prunes rather than jumping straight to huge fiber increases. They're often gentler and surprisingly effective. Some people benefit from magnesium in the evening, citrate, if the goal is the bowels, glycinate if the goal is relaxation, but check with your clinician first, especially if you have kidney issues. After meals, spend 2 minutes doing clockwise abdominal circles. Imagine tracing the path of your colon. Then do your 7-minute walk. Simple, repeatable, rhythmic. Before we keep going, there is one more crucial lens: medication side effects. Please don't start, stop, or change any prescription without your clinician. This part is meant to help you have a better conversation with them. Several common medications can slow gastric emptying or bowel motility or increase constipation. Opioid pain medications like oxycodone or morphine are big contributors. So are drugs with anticholinergic effects. For example, certain antidepressants in the tricyclic family, some antihistamines, and bladder antispasmodics such as oxybutynin. Calcium blockers like verapamil can slow things down. Iron and calcium supplements and aluminum-containing antacids can be constipating. Anti-nausea medicines in 5-HT3 class like ondansetron can slow the gut. Antidiarrheals like loperamide do exactly what they promise, sometimes a little too well if you are already sluggish. And GLP-1 receptors agonists semaglutide and liraglutide can delay gastric emptying as part of how they work. If you heard your medication in that list and the timing lines up with your symptoms, bring it to your prescriber. Often there are adjustments in dose, timing, formulation, or supportive strategies that keep the benefits while reducing the gut cost. Two quick form that fixes almost everyone: posture and pelvic floor. Eat with your feet grounded and ribs stacked over hips, not hunched over a laptop. If you strain on the toilet, use a small footstool to get your knees a bit higher and exhale to relax rather than pushing. And a simple plate builder. Bitter veg first, protein second, starch last, and fats last. Warmer, well-chewed meals are generally friendlier than cold, rushed ones. These are small design choices you repeat daily. They compound. Now, I have to mention red flags because gut symptoms can mimic various conditions. Please seek medical care if you have unintentional weight loss, persistent vomiting, black or tarry stools, visible blood in the stool, severe or nighttime pain, fever, diabetes with suspected gastroparesis, new symptoms after 55, or if your symptoms simply don't improve with conservative steps. Again, this video is educational, not a diagnosis or treatment plan. Let's pull this together into a 7-day experiment you can actually complete. Do the universal 10-minute routine after each main meal. Light movement, diaphragm breathing, warm sips. Don't change anything else yet. Rate your heaviness at 30 minutes and 90 minutes after eating. Day 3 and 4. Keep the routine and add your top pattern tweak. If you are fat sensitive, start with those bitter bites and add fats last. If you are fermentation sensitive, change the order to veg and protein first, then starch, and go still instead of sparkling. If stress or wiggle tone is your thing, do the 5-breath pre-bite ritual and try a minute of humming after. If reflux is your lane, stay upright and simplify the evening meal. If motility is slow, add kiwi or prunes and the 2-minute abdominal massage after eating. Track the same simple outcomes: heaviness, belching, burning, bowel rhythm, and sleep. Days 5 through 7. Keep whatever clearly helped and add one more tweak from your lane, not 5 at once. Maybe you add the left side sleeve wedge for reflux. Maybe you add a morning walk for motility. Maybe you switch onion and garlic to infused oils for fermentation. The goal isn't perfection. It's a personal playbook you can repeat. Along the way, expect small wins first. A little less heaviness at 90 minutes. One fewer burping episode in the evening. A more reliable morning bowel movements by day 5. This is how the system responds. Gently and then obviously. And if something clearly backfires, for example, peppermint tea increases burning or a giant raw salad at night triggers gas, that's useful data too. Cross it off. Try the gentle version. Keep moving. To make this practical, I will recap what to do tonight. After dinner, take that slow 7-minute walk. Do 2 minutes of belly breathing. Sip something warm for a minute or 2. If your pattern is reflux, make tonight's dinner earlier and lighter. Skip peppermint and stay upright. If your pattern is fermentation, start with cooked vegetables and protein and save the starch for later in the meal. If your pattern is fat sensitive, take a few bitter bites first and add fats last. If your pattern is slow motility, do the 2-minute abdominal circles afterward and have kiwi or prunes with the day. If your stress is your bottleneck, pause for 5 slow breaths before your first bite and see what happens. If you want to help tracking all of this, the meals, the symptoms, and the bathroom details, our Gutsphere app is built for 200,000 minutes between the clinical visits, where your daily choices compound. It turns those notes into patterns so you can personalize faster. But whether you use an app, a notes file, or a sticky note on the fridge, the principle is the same. Change one variable, watch the trend, and keep what works. Slow digestion isn't one problem, so it won't have one fix. You now have a universal routine, a pattern-specific lever, a quick medication check to take to your prescriber, and a 7-day plan. Your body will tell you what works if you make small, testable changes and listen over a few meals. If this helped, subscribe and share with someone who feels heavy after meals. In the next video, we will go deeper on food for a bloat and reflux, and I will release a series of quick shorts with pattern-specific tips you can try the same day. I am Bimal from Gutsphere, and I will see you in the next one.